2000 here coming at you with my review. Bit of a defending movie review of the 2019 Child Play, starring Mark Hamill as Chucky. And of course, this is the movie that Don Fettuccine fucking bitches about why this movie got remade. I am not a huge remake fan, but because I know I said to my friends and a lot that I even said that like I actually prefer the originals over the remakes because I'm not a huge remake person because I'm a Gen Z person, and I know people around my age as a Gen Z, they would prefer the remakes over the originals. But nah, I prefer the original over the movies. There's hell original movies. I actually prefer the remakes. I prefer the originals over the remakes. Like like for example, like the Blob from 1988, the Blob 1988 film or 86. The one with the remake is the remake with Johnny Smith and Kevin Dillon. It's not a bad movie, but I didn't grow up with the movie. If I grew up with it, it would have been a better movie than the original. But the one I grew up watching on VHS was the original Blob. So yeah, that was the original movie. I actually prefer over the remake, and I know a lot of people love the remake more, but I grew up with the original more. So that's an example because I appreciate the older movies. But there's times that I do like remakes. It's either if I like it better, for example, like The Hills of Ice, or if I like it both, which is Evil Dead in the original Evil Dead and the remake. But all in all, I actually like both Child Play original and remake. I think this movie is very underrated. It does get a lot of shit on, which I don't understand. To me, I could watch this 100 times over Don Fettuccine's stupid ass fucking TV show, which I'm getting sick of that, getting a lot of praise because I'm like, I do not understand the highly praised that movie gets. I mean, the TV show. It's because I'm stuck seeing the movies because I'm used to seeing the movies, but I don't feel like Chucky deserves. I don't feel like it needs to be a TV show. Like when I heard that it was a TV show, I'm like what the fuck. And then I was like, okay, I was open minded to see it. And the first few episodes, I was like, what the fuck is this? What is this TV show? And then you got this girl, which is the character Lexi. They have a shitty arc for this character. Like, okay, I was thinking, okay, they want to build her character up in season two. Her character's still a shitty character in the second season, and I don't give a rat's ass about the character. But all in all, like, it's just I didn't like that character. The actress wasn't bad or anything. It's just the character was shitty. Like Don Fettuccine can't fucking write an arc in a movie. Because you know why the original fucking worked? It's because his original fucking script sucked. It really wasn't a good serum. And Tom Holland, he saw the script, he didn't like how it was, so he wanted to make some changes and added up some juice in the script by adding more stuff that would be memorable, classic, and powerful. Especially that line when he's like trying to go after Mike Norris in the store, and he's like, "I'll tell you, I'm gonna get you, you son of a bitch. Then I'm gonna get you. Then I'm gonna get Eddie, no matter what." Like that was all Tom Holland. He made the movie a classic, and there's some other stuff that he written in the movie that was part of Tom Holland's rewrite of the script. And Tom Holland, he's not bitter about Don Fettuccine. He actually is cool about it. But Don Fettuccine acts like an ass about Tom Holland because he thinks that Tom Holland screwed up his original script. Because he still feels bitter about Tom Holland, even though Tom Holland, he goes on interview by somebody they went to a convention to see him and told him like, what are your thoughts about Don Fettuccine? He says he's cool with him, like he doesn't have nothing bad about him. Like Tom Holland doesn't have nothing bad to say about Don Fettuccine, and Don Fettuccine still bitches about Tom Holland because he changed his script. He made the movie different. And yeah, Don Fettuccine doesn't want to admit that. He doesn't want to say that he should have thanked Tom Holland for making what Chucky is, a classic. But no, he wants to still bitch about that movie. He wants to still bitch about his original script not being used. He wants to bitch about Child Play 3 being a piece of shit. And he still wants to bitch about the remake he didn't want to be part of, because when they said the remake, and some of the filmmakers, they wanted him to be part of the remake as a producer, he said, fuck this remake. I didn't want to do it. So he went on to do the TV show because he think the TV show was going to fail because of the remake happening. And I heard there was going to be a sequel to this remake. I would have wished. I wish they should have went the opposite, where this one should have had the sequel, and the Chucky TV show should have just had their one season, and boom, just got canceled by Sci-Fi, like how they did with the Day of Dead TV show and other TV shows. That I just feel like horror movies does not fit with TV shows. It just, I don't know. It doesn't blend well. They did that with The Actresses, didn't work. They did that with Scream, and that was a piece of shit. Like, who the hell remembers that TV show Scream? And none of the original actors they didn't even appear in the movie, so it's like a different bullshit. But yeah, this is defending movie review of the Child Play 2019 remake. Have on Blu-ray. I know Shit Factory did a 4K, but nah, I still have my 20th Century Fox Blu-ray. And of course, this was a Fox Blu-ray because 20th Century Fox were bought by Disney, and then they changed it to 20th Century Studios. So of course, you still have 20th Century Fox on the site. But yeah, they made this remake, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people don't like it. That's cool. Like, not everybody's gonna like a movie. Like, there's some movies I am not big on, but I respect if people love it. But I know a lot of people don't like this remake. I could see why. There's some cons with the movie, but I still rather watch this remake over Don Fettuccine's stupid ass TV show, which I don't give a rat's ass about, this new shitty show that's coming out with another part of the season 3. But all in all, I just prefer this movie over it. But this movie starts out as the original movies, where you get the character Andy and his mom, what is it, Karen, and of course they didn't change the last name. They're still Barclay, Andy and Karen Barclay, who gets a good guy. They're called buddies in the remake. They're not called good guys, but they call like these AI dolls buddies, which is the Chucky doll that Andy wouldn't receive, and he starts having interaction with the buddy, even though it was a bit of a screw up one that somebody sent in as a refund, like return or something. So she decided to just kept it and just gave it to her son as a gift because it was his birthday. So he starts having a fun friendship relationship with the buddy doll, which he calls it Chucky. And I thought the sequence with Andy and Chucky were pretty well shotted and well done, because you get like an actual friendship sequence where they're like talking to each other, they're interacting with each other, and of course, Andy has a cat that's like an asshole to him a lot, calling Mickey Rooney, and of course, the cat cuts him in the hand when it was next to him, so it pisses off Chucky, and he wants to strangle the cat to death, but Andy stops him from doing that, because Chucky was doing it because He saw his friend getting hurt by the cat, so he wanted revenge. And of course, he would later do that by killing the cat off screen, but disturbingly he disturbingly records the cat getting killed and screeching, where it's like screaming and screeching, because the AI Buddi doll of Chucky has like recordings, so it could record anything. So he recorded like him killing the cat, which is very disturbing part. And because of course Chucky is starting to kill everybody that treats him like shit, even his mom's boyfriend, which is he's an asshole to Andy a lot. And of course, he gets that dude for revenge by going to his house after he's trying to take lights off his house, makes him fall off the roof, breaking his leg, chasing him down, grabbing a knife and stabbing him, having that funny ass line, "This is for Tupac." Of course, he cuts his head off, puts it on a melon, and puts it in front of Andy's desk to freak him out. And Andy had to get rid of it because he didn't want that in the house, and his mom would catch him about it. But they're investigating these murders, and of course, the cop is played by Brian Tyree Henry, who was in the Joker movie, and he was also in Bullet Train. He plays the remake version of Mike Norris, Detective Mike Norris, and his part wasn't that bad. His acting wasn't that bad at all. I thought his acting was pretty decent and well written, and it kind of gave a new flavor to the Mike Norris character, who was played by Chris Sarandon, and he did a great job in the original. But in this actor, gave it like a different flair and just made it his own. So yeah, that's why I actually do like this remake, is because it actually does its own thing. It's not like carbon copying, lazy copy and paste like how the Psycho remake did, or other remakes that have done that crappy thing. But that's how you do something different. That's how I saw with the Evil Dead remake. It did something different. It made its own thing to make it watchable. And that's why I appreciate some remakes that does that. But when remakes are like either some I find boring, or some I just find shitty, or some I just didn't give a rat's ass about, those are the remakes I don't care. But this remake, I actually had fun watching. So yeah, the detective Norris character is like trying to find out who is murdering all these people, and of course he is neighbors with Andy and his mom. He's like the next door neighbor, and he lives with his mom. And of course Norris, the character, he has a mom in this movie. In the remakes, that's like adding more of a difference where they live by Detective Norris, and his mom lives with him. And of course, his mom is killed by Chucky on an Uber drive where the car is like driving by itself, and Chucky's like possessing the car, trying to crash it in and out in a parking lot, and boom, crashes it and stabs Mike Norris's mom to death and killing her cold-blooded, which gets Mike Norris into like deep shock to see his mom butchered and killed in the aftermath. And of course, he wants to find out who it is. And then more interactions with Chucky and Andy. And of course, Andy doesn't want to be friends with him because Chucky's freaking him out a lot. And all the stuff that he's been getting to murder people and stuff. And Andy also, in the movie, he also had friends that he started hanging out with, like a boy and a boy and a girl. They start hanging out with him because Andy was pretty much a loner before this. So he has friends to talk to. They watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which is pretty awesome. And Chucky tries to kill one of them, but Andy stops from that happening. And Chucky's like by himself in Andy's room, like touching like a teddy bear, and he's like all quiet and shy, like he just got in trouble by like how in The Usual Parents where you're like in trouble and then you're by yourself in the room, all scared and sad. Like that was a well shot at scene where you just see Chucky just sitting there with the teddy bear and he's like petting it, and he says, "I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go hang out with my friend." But the, the movie goes on about Andy having his relationship with Chucky, and the movie just has like good relationship. Like this is well written, much better well written bullshit than the crap that Don Fettuccine wants to direct and think that his bullshit TV show's good. Fuck Don Fettuccine. But he starts like having weird freakouts about Chucky. He wants to go to the work with his mom and not be left alone, so he goes to the work. Has a fight with another kid about having Chucky as his own, not knowing that Chucky is a murderer, and Detective Mike Norris is there to arrest him, accusing him for what's going on until like this grand opening happens, where a big grand opening for like new Chucky Buddi dolls are coming out, even with a teddy bear Buddi doll of Chucky, and one of the mascots gets killed. Where I guess like Chucky cuts that slice the dude's neck without the big old bobblehead mascot, and yeah, that was pretty brutal. And more people get killed. One of them gets hit by a drone that a blade goes to their face. One of them gets bitten by the teddy bear Buddi doll. One of them gets stabbed. A lot of blood. That scene is pretty well shot. Where Buddies take where the Buddi dolls are being taken over by the Chucky, and he's like fucking shit up, going all gangster, and just fucking shit up, making carnage. And of course, the teddy bear Buddi doll gets killed by Andy, which is pretty cool that there was a different Buddi doll. Like, hey, that's something different. I did like that finale. And of course, Andy has to save his mom because she got kidnapped by Chucky, so she's put in a trap, and he has this big old vicious fight with Chucky. And I thought the kid actor that played Andy was really good. His acting was pretty good. I enjoyed the kid actor. He was a lot better than the kid actress that was in that shitty Megan movie. And of course, this movie's like Megan was pretty much a shitty redone of this movie. Because Megan made money and this movie flopped. Nah, fuck that movie too. I didn't like that movie either. I prefer this. Of course, the kid is having a brutal fight with Chucky, defeats him, saves his mom, and Chucky has his last scare before getting shot by Detective Mike Norris and then getting his his carcass smashed by Andy and his friends and dumped into the fire of a garbage can, burning until like it teases like, oh, there's more Buddi dolls that are going to be possessed by Chucky because one has a red eye. And you get that really creepy song of Mark Hamill singing, "My buddy, you're my buddy." That's the Buddi song. And transition into creepy music. And then, yeah, I thought the movie was really good. Mark Hamill was pretty good as Chucky. I thought he did a good job. A lot of people shit on his performance, but I thought he was pretty good. I would say he was out of all actors that replaced some actors, like because it doesn't work that. You know, like how it was shitty when Dragon Haley played Freddy, or it was shitty when was it when was it Kane when Kane Hodder didn't come back for Freddy versus Jason. It was kind of shitty for the new ones to be playing the performance. Out of them, I actually like Mark Hamill as Chucky. I thought he did his own. I thought he was pretty good. The voice acting was not that bad. Had a lot of chemistry with the kid actor, where Chucky looked all innocent at times. And also, there's one more kill that I forgot before in the movie. In the middle of the movie, he kills this perverting janitor dude that's in the motel. I mean, that works at the apartments where they live. He kills that dude by deactivating his security system, and boom, slicing him and making him fall on the big old saw, which is like a cool thing to see that dude get his comeuppance where he falls on his ass and his crotch is getting sliced by the saw and stuff and slicing him into half. Good practical bloody effects, like something out of Saw. So that's pretty badass. And on, he kills that perverting dude. But yeah, the movie was good. I thought the acting by Chucky, that was played by Mark Hamill, was pretty good. It didn't bother me, the AI thing. The kid that played the remake Andy, I thought he got a lot. I felt like he delivered a lot of emotion and his acting was good. And I actually felt like Andy was well written here. It was a great performance by the kid actor, Brian Tyree Henry, who played the Detective Murderous in this one, did a good job. I enjoyed it. But Audrey Plaza, she was like the weakest part of the movie. Like, I just didn't buy her as the mom. Like, you could have gotten a better actress to like play a mom role, but it felt like off that she just didn't feel like she didn't really feel committing to play a mom character. It felt like random. Like, you could have gotten somebody else that could have played the mom character, but yeah, it's just like that's the one of the cons I have with the movie is that she's like the weakest part, like the weakest character in the movie. Because I kind of prefer Catherine Hicks over her, because at least Catherine Hicks felt like a mom character. But I don't know, it's just like you could have gotten somebody like a little older than Audrey Plaza, because I'm used to her seeing her in comedy shows and movies, because she's a comedian and she's pretty funny. But the other thing that I have a comment with the movie, the look of Chucky is not the best. It is the weakest looking Chucky. Like, they could have worked on the doll more, because the doll doesn't look that great. But I did like Mark Hamill's performance as Chucky more than that look of the Chucky doll. But all in all, I have fun with this movie. I think this movie doesn't deserve all the hate it gets. It's a lot better than Don Fettuccine's fucking TV show. And this movie's like, hold on, 90 minutes. And it's not that bad. It's a fast paced remake that goes by with bloody kills, good acting, and not a bad movie. I enjoy it. But yeah, that's my review of the remake of Child's Play from 2019, folks. Hit the like, subscribe, and have a good day, buddy. And also, happy Easter. Bye bye.